horrifying incident that's taken place, and it's literally a slap in the face for all of those apologists who come up with these random excuses and blame it on the victim. So let's try and show you what's really happened there. Now, I'm not too sure if you can see the date and the time, but I'm going to read it out to you. This is 6th of January 2017. This morning, Anand, this morning. And the time that shows on the CCTV visual is 6:21. What you see on your screens is the street. Early morning, this man is casually just walking away. In just a bit, we're going to try and play out the visual that shows before this how this woman, fully clothed, early morning, not at any late night hour, she wasn't really returning from any party, who walked in this direction, and minutes later then we see this man so confidently walk back, no fear of law and order, no fear of anybody catching him. He decides he's done assaulting that woman when the dogs start barking, and then there is a possibility that the neighbors might wake up. That is the only time he decides to so casually walk away. This of course is the visual that we have got of the alleged molester. Now Anand, these are the facts of the case that Pooja was also telling us. What we do know at this point, and we will try and play out the visual of the victim as well. Early in the morning, fully clothed, she was walking on the street when this man comes, follows her. He's been stalking her. He grabs her. He pins her down on the floor, Anand. He assaults her. There are injuries that we've shown to our viewers, and we'll try and play those out as well. The injuries on her leg, on her hand. She was bitten. Her tongue was bitten. He brutally starts to assault her. And then when the neighborhood dogs start barking, he decides he's done, and he calmly walks away. This is the alleged victim who was later on, you know, these visuals coming from that hospital. Look at what he's done. And there are injuries all over her body. From injuries on her tongue to her hand, she is showing you how she was bitten on her leg. So as she tries to fight this molester, she's got multiple injuries. This is the kind of audacity that now we are seeing of these depraved men on the streets of Bengaluru, Anand.
Tanvi, we will play out the other visuals, and I'll come back to you in just a bit. Going across to Pooja Prasanna again. Pooja, what was her reaction? This woman, she fought back. She fought back at the assailant. Were there other people around? Did she call for help? And was it just for her good fortune that the street dogs there, the stray dogs there, they started howling and barking, and they scared this assaulter off? But did she give chase? Can she identify this person?
Anand, this brave heart actually went to the police station unaccompanied, went there alone the first time, only to be turned back. About the incident itself, she was gagged first because this man had been following her for a while, tried to pin her down at a place where there weren't too many people around. Let's remember, this was at 6:30 in the morning. She was on her way to the bus stop so she could get to work on time. He first gags her, then pins her down on the ground. When she fights back, takes out his frustration and anger by biting her inappropriately, repeatedly, not just sexually but also physically assaulting her. And when she was even trying to fight back, thankfully, like you mentioned, the dogs in the vicinity started barking, and that caught the attention of the people in the area who came rushing towards her. This man panics but does not show it. Clearly just walks off, as we've seen in that CCTV footage. So he probably thought he could get away like many others in the city have over the last few days. Even as we are still talking and coming to terms with what happens is 5 days, 6 days ago, here is a man amidst all this in the morning, tries to sexually assault a woman who was in a traditional clothing covered from head to toe. So what kind of excuses will we hear from our politicians? No Western clothing, not there in the middle of the night. So what kind of reasons did the police have to turn her away, only for her to come back with more people and then file a complaint? Many questions will now have to be answered, even as the victim tried to fight twice, not just when she was being assaulted, but even at the police station.